Hello, choosers. It's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we've just got a very small amount of French Napoleonic Fifth Hussars from Perry Miniatures, the plastic ones. I just thought I'd give an update. I've actually got two more done, but do you think I can find them? I mean, I know they're in what boxes they're in, but I had to get with Nugget Bouncing. That's my pop. Well, I say pop. He's coming up for a year, but I always call dogs pops if they're mine. Uh, yeah, he's been bouncing around my legs, and I thought that's all I need is to drop this box full of soldiers, different varieties. So, yeah, there is a couple more painted as well. Um, but I just thought I'd give you an update on them. Really, I paint them stuck down to the horses. I don't paint them, like on toothpicks or bits of wire or whatever. I just think I've painted so many horses over the years, especially like smaller scales that are already rider and horse are joined together. I just say to myself, well, if you can do it there, you can do it here. It's not to say I don't get the odd bit of overpaint that I might have to clear up, but yeah, not bad. I've noticed on the trumpeter I've left the numbers off, and went to repaint the numbers. I've obviously got sidetracked and not done them. So what I normally do is, I mean, I will do it now. I've seen these, I will do these, but I normally have before I varnish them, I go through and have a clear through and see what needs to be, what needs to be finished off. Like these hooves haven't been done on here yet. He's got the black sheepskin and the reverse there. But nice figures. I've not had a lot of joy for them. I don't know why, but they were always a when they're done type of thing. I'll often have a project that might take a year, and I'll just fish them out the drawer when I fancy something different, and I might paint a figure or part of a figure. Hence why the trumpeter that I thought was finished isn't. Um, and I'll just go at it until it's done, and then I'll put them up for sale. Um, unless they're for me, but it's very rare that they'll be for my own collection. I'll normally crack on with them if it's for me. But yeah, as usual, nice set of poses. The horses are always dynamic. Um, the only thing that I tend not to do on these that I normally do is I'll normally dig out the reins, as I call it, cut them out. But I always find it's quite thick plastic. It's always a bit of a faff, so I tend to just paint these ones out, just black, just like shadow. That's good enough. Especially if they're going to put on a war games table, you're not going to really be paying that much attention to that. Put more there, so it wants to concentrate on the ones in the background. You can't do a lot with the faces, obviously, like most Napoleonics, if they've got chin scales and that's it take and moustaches and stuff. It takes a lot of the figure up. I thought I'd do all these in fairly light tones of horses, and obviously compared to the British that have the dark brown, these guys have the black leather tack. Yeah, very enjoyable. As I say, they're getting done extremely slowly. I cleaned up and primed up three more a couple of weeks ago, and they'll start getting painted. The only drawback I tend to have is one, I never write anything down. The thing is, it's not so much can't be bothered. It's just I have so many figures on the go at one time. If I wrote everything, the recipes would be all over the place trying to find them and that. So I just look at the figure and say, yeah, that was done with that, and that. And occasionally Gav gets it wrong. Not massively, but enough that you've got to keep faffing around with colours until they work for you, to match in roughly with what you've already painted. So that is the downside of doing them over a long period of time. But yeah, I'll throw a few of these darker ones in, all these different type of tones. But I won't do any of the really dark ones. I tend to use that from the sometimes for the dragoons and the heavy cavalry type of thing. So yeah, just wanted to show those off. Didn't know whether to put it up as a short or this, and it's turned out to be 5 minutes, which is good. I don't think there's anything else Napoleonic wise. Uh, I've got the Indian Mutiny figures, which I did as a short. I've got all those painted. The base all done. They've just got to have a second coat of varnish on the base, and everything, the figures in the base, and I have still got to make the color, the poles for the colors to fly off type of thing. So I do that usually out of brass rod. So I've got to get skates on and get that done to get those done. And another unit. This is how many units I have knocking around. The other unit, which I completely forgot to base, I don't know how, and that's my British Spanish Spanish War of Independence. Uh, Spanish War of Succession is what Gav's trying to think of. I've got those to base and show, so that'll be another one coming up over the next week or so. And those 3 Napoleonic British infantry colonels, they're finally going to get some primer on them as well. So we'll see if it's possible to paint. See, if I paint like this, I can't see when I'm only looking through a camera. So I'm probably going to have to get the big tripod out, which will fit this phone, but I'll just try and work out somehow of doing that. If it doesn't work properly, then I'll just do what I normally do: paint them and show them. It's how it is, unfortunately. So anyway, won't keep you any longer. Look after yourselves. Thanks for the kind words and support. Always appreciated. Coming up, what is it coming up? The Atat Walker from Bandai. I've got 2 legs done, and I've got the head done, and I've got to go back now and do 2. It's just fitting it in with everything. I've got to make 2 more legs up yet, and then it'll be the body, which isn't a lot to it, and then it's mainly painting. So that should get done over the next couple of weeks, as in finished for once, have something done. So that'll be I have actually shot the video of putting the 2 legs together, but I just wanted to show you the completed all 4 legs for some reason. So that'll be a video coming up in the next couple of 3 days, and I've got my Games Workshop Age of Sigmar, or Warhammer Age of Sigmar Troggoth. That's like the big green troll thing. I've been painting him quite a lot in the evenings. So yeah, there's a fair bit coming up, and I am thinking about getting some more. I've got to finish the Prussians I've done. I still have their mounted colonel sat here. He's been waiting for a primer and start him, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to do him, I might as well do maybe another complete unit. So I might well clean up another unit of Prussians and get those, and then do those all at the same time. Anyway, look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.